What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE rejects CM Punk signing, the biggest NXT show ever, Paul Heyman trying to recruit a new member to the Bloodline, Brock Lesnar and John Cena's status for Crown Jewel, Velveteen Dream refutes rumors of a WWE return, people were watching NXT on Dynamite, John Cena's weird cameo, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. This is where we'll have all the new breaking stories. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a push for Powerhouse. A Powerhouse Hobbs annihilated Chris Jericho last night, a generous move by Jericho for putting Hobbs over so strongly. Now AEW has a chance to do what it should have done with Hobbs a while back, give him a push into the main event and see if he can grab wrestling's brass ring. Number 2 is the real Wardlow back. Now Hobbs isn't the only big man who seems to be getting booked properly. This week's Dynamite was the second week in a row where Wardlow pummeled his opponents with powerbombs, so much so that the referee had to stop the match. This is the Wardlow fans always loved, and hopefully he's back for good. Number 3, a solid night of wrestling. AEW didn't skimp on the star power last night, but more importantly, it didn't hold back some of the solid wrestling. AEW's wrestlers are known for their work rate, but it's more enjoyable when fans see big names wrestling big names as opposed to big names wrestling curtain jerkers. Last night was all about the stars, at least compared to the last few weeks at Dynamite. Number 4, Hikaru Shida regains the AEW Women's Championship. And last night's Shida vs Saraya match was an exceptionally entertaining bout that could be good news for the women's division. Hikaru Shida's win makes her a 3-time AEW Women's Champion, but so far she hasn't had a proper run with the title. Her first title reign was hampered by the pandemic, while her second run was a transitional one to put the belt on Saraya. Now AEW has a chance to let Shida entertain the fans with outstanding matches and give other stars such as Saraya, Toni Storm and Dr. Britt Baker a chance to show whether they can shine without a title belt. Number 5, Timeless Toni is pure gold. Toni Storm's timeless gimmick is gaining momentum every week, and last night's segment was another example of how she's embraced the gimmick of playing a movie star from Hollywood's golden age. Number 6, Christian gives fans 30 minutes of commercial free. Christian Cage scored points against the schmuck department, not only berating Adam Copeland before Dynamite aired, but appearing in the production truck to let fans know he'd personally arranged for the first 30 minutes of Dynamite to air commercial free. Christian's arrogance and boasting are equally infuriating and entertaining. And Orange Cassidy regains International Championship. Now, is Orange Cassidy turning heel? Well, fans can only speculate, as he was a bit aggressive against Rey Fenix, targeting his injured back during OC's quest to regain the International Championship. Whatever his future, it's good to see the belt around freshly squeezed waist, as his previous reign elevated the title. But that was good. What about the bad? As number 1 Bullet Club Gold segment was tone deaf. Last night's Bullet Club Gold segment, where Juice Robinson threatened MJF for the roller quarters, was powerful given MJF's very real experience where schoolmates threw quarters at him when he was the only Jewish football player on the school team. However, the segment was also tone deaf given the current war in Israel right now. There was nothing downright ugly, as AEW put on a solid show that served as a template of what future shows should strive to do, entertaining the fans with star-powered matches that involves titles and storyline, while also putting on the work rate-oriented style AEW is known for. What do you guys think of Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now our top story today takes a look at WWE rejecting to sign CM Punk. At top of today's news is the latest concerning CM Punk's potential WWE return. In another display of the volatility of wrestling news, the talk of Punk returning to the WWE and debuting at Survivor Series, which takes place in Punk's hometown of Chicago, has now shifted to the WWE wanting nothing to do with the controversial superstar. Well, at least for now. Dave Meltzer commented on the situation on the Wrestling Observer Radio, saying they turned him down. He wanted to go there and the decision was a no. It can always change, and it was brought up to me there's no such thing as no forever when it comes to WWE, but it's a no for now. While the WWE has every reason not to want Punk back, such as his bad blood with WWE management and several superstars, his tendency to get hurt and his reputation for backstage drama, it's unlikely to let fans know he's coming back if the company wants any hypothetical return to be a surprise. Next up, the biggest NXT show ever. The 10th October NXT was a huge night as the WWE upped the star power to 11 as the black and gold brand went head to head against Dynamite. Here are some of the show's highlights as well as a post-show segment that left fans talking. Cody Rhodes appeared serving as special guest general manager and announcing the return of the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament. Asuka defeated Roxanne Perez, keeping her undefeated streak in NXT alive. LA Knight served as a special referee for Dominic Mysterio vs Ilya Dragunov. John Cena confronted Bron Breakker and the former NXT champion Slug Cena, only for Cena to lift him up for the Attitude Adjustment. Breakker scurried out of the ring before Cena could hit the move. The Undertaker actually appeared, riding his motorcycle to the ring and making Bron Breakker famous after he boasted of being the WWE's resident badass. Taker told Bron he's been watching him and that one day he's going to be a big star, not just tonight. The Phenom floored him with a big right hand before chokeslamming him to the mat. After the show, The Undertaker walked back to the dressing room with Carmelo Hayes, a sign of respect Taker has for Carmelo. And that was a huge night for NXT. What do you guys think of it? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, AEW preparing for a new pay-per-view. There's big news for AEW as PW Insider is reporting that sources in demand have confirmed AEW has secured 30th December for a new wrestling pay-per-view. This latest pay-per-view, which has not been formally announced yet, is further evidence that AEW is looking to run monthly pay-per-views rather than quarterly ones. Next up is Paul Heyman trying to recruit a new member to the Bloodline. Now, a tantalizing video has surfaced online courtesy of the X account NXT Anonymous. In it, the Tribal Council Paul Heyman is speaking to NXT superstar Ava Raine, aka The Rock's daughter, and showing in his phone, which just so happens to have Bloodline written on it. Could this be a sign that Roman Reigns vs The Rock is happening and or that Ava is being recruited for a spot on the Bloodline? We'll have to see, but the segment is already raising eyebrows and is likely to raise the people's eyebrow as well. Next up, Brock Lesnar and John Cena's status for Crown Jewel. Should the WWE Universe expect to see John Cena and or Brock Lesnar at its upcoming 4th November Crown Jewel PLE? Cena's schedule has opened up due to the Screen Actors Guild strike, allowing him to appear on TV as well as wrestle matches. However, what's his status for Crown Jewel? Ringside News tweeted, "Despite plans to make a return to Hollywood, we can confirm John Cena is booked on the Crown Jewel event." The site noted that Cena's opponent is unknown, but that Cena is not wrestling Roman Reigns. As for Lesnar, Ringside News reported they've been able to confirm that Brock Lesnar is not booked for the show, so the report about him taking the rest of 2023 off has a lot more weight to it. A Crown Jewel will be here before you know it, but so far it's unknown what matches fans can expect to see other than Seth freaking Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre. What matches would you like to see at Crown Jewel? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, MJF stands up to hate. Maxwell Jacob Friedman is doing his part to fight against hate and recently took to social media to blend his close-to-home Dynamite segment with Juice Robinson into his public activism. He tweeted, "Tonight that piece of Juice Robinson decided to bring up a story from my childhood that has left me scarred. I'm glad he did. He brought awareness to something we've all gone through in one way, shape or form in our lives. On behalf of anyone who's ever been bullied for being different in any capacity, I look forward to leaving him scarred too." MJF then informed the fans he'll be at Thursday's Stand Up to Jewish Hate event at Foxborough's Gillette Stadium. Next up, a WWE announcer is in mourning. Now we're saddened to learn that WWE announcer Vic Joseph's father passed away recently. He dropped the news to fans via X saying, "Yesterday I lost my dad. My earliest memory was watching wrestling with him. He always supported my dreams and did to the end. Last night was for him. To everyone involved and all of you that watched interacted, you allowed me to escape for a few hours. Thank you." And we send our condolences to Vic Joseph and his family on his dear loss. Next up, Velveteen Dream refutes rumors of a WWE return. A former WWE superstar Velveteen Dream has heard the rumors too, and he recently refuted them on Instagram, writing, "I'm not in a rehabilitation facility, nor have I ever visited Orlando, Florida, the WWE Performance Center, or any WWE events or facilities." To be honest, would WWE ever be interested in a Velveteen Dream return, knowing his baggage? Next up, Brian Pillman Jr. no more. Now there's an interesting twist for Brian Pillman Jr., who recently signed with the WWE and who's now going by the ring name he used on the indie circuit, Alexis King. The former AEW wrestler took the name as a tribute to his deceased sister Alexis and the last name of his stepfather King. Pillman tweeted to fans to let them know why he's using the name again. 26 years ago my father was buried and tonight I buried his last name. I will no longer be known as a lost son living his father's shadow. I will forge my own path and stop at nothing until I'm the king of NXT. What do you think of Pillman using this name? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, AEW's latest bad optics. A Tuesday's war between Dynamite and NXT led to some great moments as well as an embarrassing one. At least one fan noticed people in Dynamite's VIP lounge who were watching NXT, sharing a video of this awkward moment. And finally, John Cena is all elite. And last but not least, did you see John Cena during the 10th October Dynamite? Cena was busy appearing on NXT, also found time to make a cameo on Dynamite when he appeared in a commercial during a picture-in-picture segment. Did you guys see this surreal segment? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.